Philippine Science High, Ika at Samuang Ilaw. Sa samuyang paglakaw sa dalan ng Kinakban, Pakuang at Kamurawayan. In just a few heartbeats, our young Bicolana scholars shall claim their passport to a new dawn in their academic journey. But before we send them out to carve their path through the world, let us retrace their paces and look back on the glory that batch Aliraway have achieved in their continuous search for the untarnished truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us as the Philippine Science High School Bicol Region Campus celebrates the milestones of Class 2023 through this year's recognition rites with the theme
Making strides towards a glorious theme. Let us start our program with the Philippine National Anthem. This will be followed by an invocation by LMACT Avila, graduating with highest honors.
Let us bow our heads and be solemn in God's grace. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, in a world of uncertainties, we thank you for the chance you bestowed upon us to be gathered here today, under one roof, on a perfectly beautiful day, in the presence of our dear family, teachers and friends, beside community and batchmates, to celebrate our journey of perseverance and tenacity. This recognition program is not only a culmination of a fruitful year of hard work in our endless pursuit of excellence as precise scholars. It is a starting reminder for us to look back on our paths and reflect on all the odds we have conquered along the way, and be filled with gratitude for the power your divine guidance has granted us to overcome them and succeed. We pray for the people you have put in our lives that has been instrumental for our growth and triumph, those who have been with us both in our prosperity and failure. We preach thanks for the plethora of opportunities we had through the academic years and the privilege we have at our fingertips to be able to seize them. As we move forward on our tracks, may you bless us to look beyond life achievement as mere rewards, but as inspirations to continuously seek purpose and fulfillment as scholars of the people. May we always do good to uplift ourselves, the ones we love, and our community who have put us in our positions today. This we solemnly ask in the glory of your everlasting presence, in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
You may be seated.
Let us now hear a welcome message from our CID Chief, Miss Maria Eileen R. Pasil.
To my co-MANCO members, to our notable alumnus guest speaker of Batch 2013, Engineer Francis Jenner T. Bernales, GPTA President Sir Hoover Picard, faculty and staff, parents, Batch Aliraway, good morning. Aliraway, to look back on the glory for eternity. A portmanteau of the words awangan, salingoy, and muraway. Awangan is an old Tagalog phrase, walang hanggan, which means eternity, while salingoy, to look back, and muraway, glory, are central Bicol words. This is the life of a Pisay scholar, making strides towards a glorious deed, to make progress towards achieving a goal, to become a globally competitive Filipino scientist, equipped with the 21st century skills and imbued with the core values of integrity, excellence, and service to nation. Today, we will recognize our graduating students who excelled academically, those who deserved special awards, and those who won in various competitions that brought honor and prestige to our school. On behalf of the PSHS PRC family, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation to our guest speaker alumnus, Engineer Francis Jenner T. Bernales, for sharing his precious time with us to inspire our graduates. School year 2022-2023 is complete. All our sacrifices and hardships paved our way to success. Thank you, teachers and staff, for the unyielding dedication and support to our students. Thank you for your invaluable service and shared ideas and wisdom to the students. I would like to congratulate each and every one of you, Batch 2023, for your hard work, perseverance, and sacrifices. Also to the parents who loved and tirelessly provided and supported you throughout your 6-year stay in Pisay. As scholars of the premier science high school in the Philippines, always keep in mind that as future scientists and leaders of this country, may you consistently live up to the PSHS core values, integrity, excellence, and service in every word, action, and deed. Good luck, dear graduates, on your next endeavor, and I welcome you all to this momentous event, PSHS BRC Batch 2023 Recognition Rites.
Thank you, Ma'am Eileen. Today we are proud and happy for having a successful alumnus in his chosen STEM career to inspire our dear graduates. Let us know him further as he is introduced to us by his former class advisor, Sir Jerry M. Noveno.
One Friday morning, their math teacher just came out of her core electron class where she gave a long test and a crowd of boys followed her out of the room and formed a huddle around her while she walked away from the classroom. The boys asked her to check the papers immediately as they were excited to know their scores. Of course, Mom PR declined since it was highly impossible to give in to the students' demands. But one boy ushered Ma'am PR down to the faculty room, talking nonstop, trying to explain his answers to the problems she had given her class. But that was 10 years ago, when Francis was still a Pisay student. He allowed us, his teachers, to contribute to what we would call his dream and life-building process. And we are deeply honored that he came back, perhaps not to bug us over our lessons we might have completely forgotten about, but to share his exciting life story. Our speaker finished his elementary grades at the Holy Child Educational Center Incorporated in Iriga City. He entered Pisay Bicol in 2009 and graduated in 2013. and received with high honors and competence award in mathematics. He then went to UP Diliman to study civil engineering, a degree which he earned with a GWA of 1.19. Hence, he was conferred summa cum laude. He is currently finishing his Master of Science in Civil Engineering with a specialization track in geotechnical engineering, and I told him that he might graduate with honors again since his current GWA is 1.18. He jokingly said, "Will I finish my master's? Well, it's all up to him." He also received the Academic Excellence Award in Civil Engineering and the Ferdinand de la Cruz Award for Excellence in Environment and Energy Engineering from UP Institute of Civil Engineering and academic distinction from the International Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi. Since graduating from college, he has worked for his current employer, the AMH Philippines, where he began as an assistant engineer from February 2019 to June 2020. In June 2020, he was promoted to being a design engineer, and since April 2022, as a supervising engineer, which enables him to tackle several earthquake-related problems. However, since he is also part of the geotechnical engineering group of AMH, he also gets involved in geotechnical assessments and designs. His commitment to work has allowed him to go beyond borders to present his publications in conferences such as at the 2023 Annual Technical Conference of the New Zealand Society for Earthquake Engineering at the University of Auckland in New Zealand. The fourth International Conference on Performance-Based Design in Earthquake Geotechnical Engineering in Beijing, China, and the International Conference on Soil Mechanics in Geotechnical Engineering in Sydney, Australia, the last two were done virtually. His main motivation to achieve all these feats stems from his belief that there are infinite ways for him to improve towards the best version of himself, and that is courtesy of an optimal relationship with important aspects of his life that include his social circle and the gift of education. Yes, he has friends, and he values his social circle. He has friends and he values his work as well to balance things out. According to him, achieving that balance requires an honest introspection of this hierarchy of priorities which change in time, and then focusing on serving one master at a time. As a PSI alumnus, he still applies the skills PSI Bicol had taught him. And one prominent skill is that of research and scientific thinking. He attacks each problem objectively under that framework. He says the value of empathy has allowed him to understand situations through his co-workers' lens, hence entailing him to dismiss negative attitude and negative energy within and in his surroundings. Doing so preserves the energy his mind and body require to keep the balance and structure of his reality, as well as the momentum needed towards that best version. Indeed, the most apt to tackle the values of PSH's dearly holds integrity, excellence, and service. To our campus director, members of the management committee, fellow school, faculty, and staff, parents, other guests, and members of the graduating class, may I present to you Engineer Francis Jenner T. Bernales.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone.
First, would like to thank Sir Jerry for that very humanizing introduction. It really means a lot to hear those words from your second Mamshi, as we call him. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to give thanks to Ma'am Joy Olazo, for inviting me to become your guest speaker for today. Ma'am Joy, are you in attendance? To our campus director, to our distinguished guests, to our faculty and staff, especially to my former teachers, to the parents, and lastly, to our students, or scholars rather. And most importantly, to our graduates, congratulations and a pleasant morning to you all. You know, dear scholars, the confusing thing about recognition, right, is that it's not really about recognition. What really happens is that it's actually an awarding ceremony. I'm not saying that we should change the name, but rather do my part to give justice to it, and to quote unquote recognize as many people as possible in the next few minutes. I am not planning to do that by name, of course. Instead, I am hoping I can reach each and every one of you and get that recognition within yourself by relating to my message and to my story. As you may have noticed in my introduction earlier, the thing about being a guest speaker is that it is a classic marketing stunt. They showcase as many awards, as many achievements as possible. Best in this, best in that, excellence award in this, excellence award in that. The longer the list, the better. They will never tell you the failures. They will never tell you the misses, the setbacks, just to paint the complete picture. So I can share a few of those with you. You know, I wasn't a consistent DL, unlike maybe some of you. Obviously, I wasn't at the top of my high school batch. I mean, I had a great start. First year, first 2 quarters, DL, check. But for some reason, I lost that drive. And then one of those lowest points happened. Way back then, we had this so-called achievement test. I don't think you have this anymore, do you? So let me explain. All students in the entire Philippine Science High School system take an exam in major subjects like math, science, English, Filipino. It's very similar to DepEd's National Achievement Test, but this is only for the PSHS system. So how did it go for me in my first year? So math, science, English, Filipino. Math, good. Science, decent. English, bottom 10. And that was in my entire batch. Filipino, bottom 10 again. But this is for the entire PSI system. So let that sink in for a moment. At the time, there were only like 11 campuses with maybe an average of like 75 freshman students each. So yeah, that was a rough experience. Embarrassing, of course. Thank goodness no one ever brings it up. I don't think even my teachers remember that. Also, in my entire high school years, I had developed this intense urge to play computer games, which obviously took a lot of your time. I was very busy managing a lot of things. I was so occupied declaring wars in Mafia Wars. So that was a Facebook game. I don't think it exists anymore. I was also obsessively monitoring crops in my farm in Farmville. That's another Facebook game that I think still exists. On every Wednesday, or whenever the situation allows, we play Dota with my friends in any available computer shop in Goa. I also play every game of my 2K My Player during the day, during the night, at home, at the pavilion, or even at the dorm where it was strictly prohibited. When it was already lights off, so that was 10 p.m., I was creative enough to set up a gaming station inside our CR. So just before I graduate into Sci, I realized how bad it's become and decided I don't want to live like this anymore. Similar to your situation right now, on my graduation day, I decided to pour it all on and play as much Dota as possible the night before graduation. So yes, on the day of my graduation, I didn't get sleep. But in exchange, a decision was made 10 years ago, and I never got urged to play again. Also, 10 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, was the last time I've been to RPSI campus. Obviously, a lot of things have changed since then. Until today, I never got real interaction with my teachers and never got the chance to apologize for being unruly. That's because I wasn't exactly the most behaved student in the classroom. I got threatened a few times to have IRs filed against me. Thank goodness they didn't push through. I got sent out of the classroom a couple of times. I had this amazing collection of dorm offenses, mostly curfews. I pulled disgusting pranks on my batchmates. Thankfully, I can't conjure magic like Loki or Doctor Strange, or it could have been much worse. I mean, I think a lot of us, not just Marvel fans like me, can relate to the Loki film character. Not that we want to invade New York with aliens, but the troubles we cause to the people around us, no matter how small they are. Deep down inside, all these are just because we seek appreciation and attention of others. I think some of you also have watched the Loki Season 1 series. Anyone? Loki Season 1? But if not, that's okay. Because I only want to highlight Episode 1. Interestingly enough, the title of the episode is Glorious Purpose, which sounds very similar to our theme for the day. I mean, what glorious purpose does such a lost cause and a villain like Loki have? To destroy? To conquer? In that same episode, ladies and gentlemen, we got to see why and Loki's why. In episode 1, Loki, while in the so-called time theater, he had the chance to witness with his own eyes all the key spoilers, all the key highlights in his life, or more precisely, in the life of another variant, or that's another version of himself in another timeline. Imagine that for a second. What if you had the chance to see how, when, and where it all ends? How's life ultimate deadline looks like? So in Loki's case, he was utterly terrified as expected, even more terrified when he realized that he couldn't do anything about it despite being a god or an Asgardian. It was his destiny. That sparked the change within his character arc for the rest of the series, this time for the purpose of redemption of his fellow variants or other versions of himself from another timeline. Unfortunately for us, earthly mortals, we do not have such privilege. So we are left to find out that quote-unquote glorious purpose in some way and somehow. It doesn't come easy for us, but it ultimately starts from a simple question. Why? Why do you wake up this morning? Why do you do what you do? Your purpose is the central motivating aim for doing action. For instance, our parents, especially mothers, want us to be healthy social individuals, so they sacrifice their own resources for us. Our teachers want us to be literate and intellectual thinkers of society, so they exercise all the patience in the world. I want to stress this because this quote-unquote glorious purpose helps you form that sense of identity. Who do you think you are at the very core? You know, they say the most powerful combination of words is oddly enough also probably the shortest, and that is, I am. Once your once you're able to grasp your I am blank, it's easier to form a set of core values. And a person with an intact set of core values is a person of integrity. I mean, it's absolutely fine if you're not really sure what that glorious purpose is at this point. It doesn't make you less. It takes time. Personally, being a civil engineer, it's really hard to appreciate the significance of multiple lines of differential equations, integral equations, shown in slides in college. But when you realize what you have to lose as an engineer in a work environment with stakes are on the line, when you see buildings crumbling down because of earthquakes, you will be motivated to understand them, regardless of complexity. You'll naturally find ways to get it done. As they say, if your why is strong enough, the how will reveal itself. So, ladies and gentlemen, especially dear scholars, once you feel like you find that glorious purpose, it's also important to start or keep moving. You can't complete a research work only with the necessary intentions, but without implementation and practice. I mean, Mom Furley would never allow that. Didn't allow it for us, and will never allow that. The good thing about this is that you don't really need to leap towards your goals. Just simple steps will do the trick. As I mentioned earlier, I struggled gaining traction after my first 2 quarters as a freshman in high school. Thankfully, there's really just one subject that kept me afloat, and that was math. Afterwards, I started to develop interest in coding, in programming, thanks to Sir Tom, who was my CS teacher during my 3rd year. Then, that culminated with a really good CS3 Computer Science 3 project, which took me several painstaking weeks to accomplish, to polish, to perfect. Next thing I know, it began to branch out to other subjects that I normally suck at. I mean, that's not flat one material, but at least a decent improvement. Now, starting to figure out the balance, it enabled me to now excel in my senior year in high school. And with that newfound self-belief, I tried to build upon it after another, which led to my academic success in UP. I am telling you this story to emphasize the power of momentum and flow. With momentum and with flow, you'll be shocked with the absolute focus and concentration it'll give you. Most importantly, what comes along with it is that needed confidence. All of us need to be great, not only in mental tasks, but in social, emotional, or even spiritual faculties. This is true excellence, in my opinion. Something that emanates from the integrity within and being able to ace all aspects of life. However, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to warn you that once you're on a roll, you never look back. Because when you do, you'll easily find yourself going back to zero. Complacency and arrogance destroy in seconds the excellence you built in years. A few drops of humility are required to keep that momentum and flow going. To our dear graduates, as you're now transitioning towards college, I would like to warn you that outside the Pisay world, there is a syndrome, there's a disease that is more lethal than COVID. In UP, they call it the Pisay syndrome. So, Pisay syndrome is a type of disease among Pisay alumni that makes them think that they already know the topic well enough. They already know the topic well enough to excel. I mean, some of the symptoms include, but are not limited to, skipping classes, only showing up during exams, etc. You see, in college, this is where people normally realize that intelligence and talent will not make the cut. Some level of wisdom is now required. The intelligence will use the intelligent will use the already taught facile knowledge to ace his or her tasks, but the wise will change himself or herself, use that facile knowledge as a head start, and then study other sources to improve that knowledge base. The wise will also realize that there is a sense of responsibility within the self that is associated with its willingness to change and improve. This sense of responsibility is a hallmark of someone mature and wise. Most importantly, beyond the self, responsibility cultivates that feeling of concern and care towards someone else. You become its assigned caregiver. This is service in action, in my opinion. It is a simple shift of that sense of responsibility from within the self, and in response now to the needs of others. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I end, I would like to leave you with this. The quote-unquote glorious, inglorious purpose only really attains its splendor when it's oriented towards the genuine service to others. That will take some risks, because not everyone is willing to be served. But that's okay. You're intact. You have integrity. Just keep going. Keep on building on excellence. When you do, you may not ensure the redemption of others, but at least you have done so within yourself. Nevertheless, may God or the universe guide you, especially our dear graduates, in your path through the world, in your fight for the right, and in pursuit, or in your strides rather, towards a glorious thing. Again, congratulations to our dear graduates, and a pleasant morning to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Francis, for that painfully down-to-earth speech. Hanggang ngayon, very bubbly and napaka-humble pa rin. Now, to express our gratitude, may we call in our able CID and SSD chiefs, Ms. Maria Eileen R. Pesino and Dr. Melga Joy B. Olazo, to award a plaque of appreciation to our dear guest speaker. This plaque of appreciation is hereby accorded to Engineer Francis Jenner T. Bernales for sharing his insightful ideas on integrity, excellence, service to nation, which are the core values of a Philippine Science High School scholar, and for serving as an inspiration to his fellow PSHS scholars through his sheer dedication to service and noteworthy achievements. Given the 3rd day of June 2023 at the Philippine Science High School, Bicol Region Campus, Goa, Camarines Sur. Signed by Engineer Lorby B. Pagorogon, Campus Director.
We shall now proceed with the awarding of medals to the directors, listers, the competence awardees, and other awardees. The awards for the directors list will be presented by our guest of honor, Engineer Francis Jenner T. Bernales, and our CID Chief, Ma'am Maria Eileen R. Pesino. Students shall take their place in the coveted directors list once they achieve a general weighted average of 1.5 or better at the end of a grading period. For their final quarter as High Scholars, 80 students from the graduating class of 2023 made it to the director's list. The citation reads, PSH's BRC Tagongtong, Goa, Camarines Sur. This certificate of director's lister is hereby awarded to our grade 12 scholars in recognition of their high scholastic achievement for the fourth quarter school year 2022-2023. Given at PSH's BRC Tagongtong, Goa, Camarines Sur, this 3rd day of June 2023, signed Engineer Lorby B. Pagorogon, Director 3.
Directors, listers, biology track, class advisor, Miss Charibel and guest. Julian Adrian O. Abonal. Aaron Kurt A. Akabali. Rix Gabriel B. Balsa. John Xavier G. Bueno. Mark Kevin G. Herbas. Peter Nathan A. Grahena. Sean Patrick M. Lelis. Janrick Eman A. Mirando. Kenneth R. Murillo. Noli Andrew L. Rosero. Deirdre Andrews V. Sarmiento. Emmanuel Zane Umali. Frances May P. Abad. France Adeline B. Alvarez. Library M. Gomes. Kimberly Ann D. Lauray. Adrian Faith S. Nagel. Trisha Nicole P. Matthew. Marie Vivienne F. Pihal. Isabella Marie S. Romero. Jessamine U. Samo. Cara Athea A. Sila. Aziza Neza B. Simsima. Kate Marian G. Sulara.
Chemistry track. Class advisor, Mr. Mark Anthony B. Pelaez. Ruber Matthew L. Abanto. Rafael John Emerson O. Cruzata. Eugene and India. Justin James G. Licarte. James Henrik M. Madrideo. Luis Miguel B. Mayor. Christopher Roch L. Otilia. Aaron Dan Peña Florida. Cedric L. Riñon. Jose Carlos C. Salazar. Mark Arvin E. Trajano. Juan Jaime Yu Yep. Ken Virgil and Zantua. Ryan Ruin H. Amata. Ninja Joy M. Akitanya. Ella Macy E. Avila. Sofia Bianca Gris F. Bagnes. Monique I. Balcueva. Frances Sofia F. Banzuela. Cybrin Gabriel A. Buakenya. Erin May A. Cayonte. Shania Fame S.A. Mier. Victor. Atia Maria Philip J. Renovales. Ana Micaela G. Sarote. Carol Rosen Isabel Ann Soto.
Directors, listers, physics track. Class advisor, Mr. Armin A. Apostol. Andrew D. Assis. Bracero. Carl Brian C. Tamayaw. Martine Isabel E. Valleban. Maria Zarina Thea B. Benavides. Marian Rose M. Benoit. Mario B. Destoriaqueras. Claire Amites C. Morano. Lee May B. Rebolido. Karil Alessandra B. Song.
Congratulations to all the DLs and parents. We now proceed with the presentation of the next set of blooms called the Competence Awards. The Competence Awards are given to students who particularly excelled in the different subject areas by achieving a grade of 1.5 or better and actively participating in activities and contests related to the given subject.
This certificate of competence in the subject area is hereby awarded to a scholar for showing exemplary academic performance from grade 7 to 12 in a given subject area as manifested by one's weighted average grade in the subject and one's participation in related extracurricular activities. For the competence in journalism, the document reads,
This certificate of competence in English or Filipino journalism is hereby awarded to our scholars for an outstanding contribution to campus journalism as attested to by consistent achievement in the school's press conference, the development of campus journalism in PSHS BRC, and exemplary leadership in the school paper to which they dedicated their time, effort, and passion for truth. To present the Competence Awards, may we call back on stage our CID Chief, Ma'am Eileen Pesino, and our Assistant CID Chief for Student Affairs, Ma'am Maylene O. Joaquin.
the recipients of the Competence Awards. Francis May P. Abaga. Competence in biology, competence in Filipino. Julian Adrian O. Abonag. Competence in English, research, and English journalism. Competence in chemistry, Nina Joy M. Akitanya. Competence in biology, Lurabelia A. Asueta. Gerard C. Aureliano. Competence in mathematics, competence in physics.
Ella Macy T. Avila. Competence in chemistry, competence in English, and competence in Filipino. Sophia Bianca Therese F. Bagnes. Competence in English, competence in Filipino, competence in social science. Isabel E. Bolivar, competence in physics. Frances Sofia F. Consuela, competence in physical education, health, and music. Maria Zarina Thea B. Bellarmino, competence in English, competence in English journalism, competence in physics, competence in research, and competence in social science.
Competence in biology, Maria Margarita U. Bobis. Renato F. Bovalon III. Competence in English, mathematics, physics, research, and English journalism. Competence in biology, John Xavier G. Bueno. Competence in Filipino, Matthew Ray B. Punyang. Competence in Filipino journalism, Nell John Emerson O. Cruzada.
Abigail V. David, competence in physical education, health, and music. Kirsten A. Dalmar, competence in Filipino. James Henry M. Madrideo, competence in chemistry, competence in Filipino. Nino Jeremico M. Masapol, competence in mathematics, competence in research. Blair Amites C. Moranya, competence in mathematics, competence in physics, competence in research, and competence in social science.
Christopher Rog L. Otilia, competence in chemistry, competence in computer science, and competence in physical education, health, and music. Competence in computer science, Pauline May B. Rebolhido. Competence in mathematics, Jose Carlos C. Salazar. Jessamine U. Samo, competence in biology, competence in social science.
Karil Alessandra B. Son, competence in mathematics, competence in physics, competence in research. Emmanuel Z. Umali, competence in computer science, competence in physical education, health, and music. Juan Jaime Yu Yap, competence in chemistry, competence in Filipino, competence in physical education, health, and music, and competence in social science. Congratulations to all the competence awardees. Next are the special awards to be presented by our SSD Chief, Dr. Joy Melga B. Olazo, and our FAD Chief, Sir J.P. Basi.
Over the years, Filipino student leaders from public or private institutions were recognized as Jerry Rojas Leadership Awardees based on the criterion set by the foundation. This year's Jerry Rojas Leadership Award is presented to a graduating scholar in recognition of her exemplary performance as a student leader, for active participation and selfless devotion of time and talent in community affairs, and consistency in upholding the legacy of integrity, service, and excellence set forth by the late Senator Jerry Rojas. May this recognition be an inspiration for a lifelong pursuit of excellence, integrity, and passion in the service of our country and our people. The Jerry Rojas Awardee from the PSH's BRC graduating class of 2023 is Maria Zarina Thea B. Bellarmino.
Congratulations, Zarina. To carry on with the special awards, let me introduce the PSH's BRC Exemplary Service and Leadership Award. This recognition is given to student leaders for their unwavering passion to lead their fellow scholars to fruitful causes. This year's PSH's BRC Exemplary Service and Leadership Award is hereby conferred to the following scholars whose leadership paved the way for the success of various school activities, hence proving their worth and upholding the organization's goal for the benefit of the scholars and the entire school community. The recipients of the PSH's BRC Exemplary Leadership and Service Award are Frances May P. Abaga, Ella Macy D. Avila, Sofia Bianca Therese F. Bagnes, Blair Amites C. Moranya, Jessamine U. Samar,
Congratulations to our outstanding student leaders. The next award is a special citation for outstanding deportment given to scholars for their commendable demeanor and scholarly conduct worthy of admiration and emulation. The certificate of deportment is hereby awarded to the following individuals for manifesting the ideal values and principles of a government scholar, such as courage, integrity, hard work, determination, and service during his or her stay in this institution. Our outstanding deportment awardees are Frances May P. Abaga, Sofia Bianca Therese F. Bagnes, Renato F. Bolo III, Claire Amethyst C. Morania, Jessamine U. Samar,
The next special citation recognizes the distinctive efforts of our scholars in their service, creativity, action, and leadership enhancement or SCALE program. PSHSBRC awards this certificate of commendation to our SCALE champions for their remarkable accomplishments and for the profound impact of their activities under the SCALE program. The SCALE champions of the PSHSBRC graduating class of 2023 are Renato F. Bolo III, Cara Athea A. Sila,
Congratulations, Ato and Cara. The next special citation recognizes the notable performance of our scholars in their Science Internship Program or SIP. The Certificate of Commendation to our SIP exemplars is awarded for their exceptional achievements in the Science Internship Program and for the significant impact they made on the agencies they were involved with. The SIP exemplars of Class 2023 are Nina Joy M. Aquitania, Sofia Bianca Therese F. Bagnes,
Congratulations to our SMP exemplars. The next special citation affirms the well-roundedness of our scholars as artists, scientists. PSHS-BRC awards this certificate of commendation in the performing arts to the following scholars in recognition of their exceptional talent, dedication, and outstanding contribution in the field of performing arts. The Performing Arts Award is given to Aaron Kurt A. Acabado. Frances Sofia F. Bonzuela. Marian Rose M. Baluang. Matthew Ray P. Bunyag. Abigail V. David. Kenneth R. Murillo. Christopher Roch L. Otilla. Vivian F. Picard. Cara Atea A. Sila. Mark Arvin E. Trajano. sumali. Juan Jaime Yu Yep.
Congratulations, awardees, and thank you, Ma'am Joy and Sir Jay. We are also recognizing the magnanimous efforts of our students in their winnings in various international and national competitions. We would like to request Ma'am Eileen and Engineer Francis to present the certificates.
PSH's BRC awards the Certificate of Commendation for Outstanding Achievement in National and International Competitions to our scholars for their remarkable achievements in national and international competitions through which their exemplary performance accorded the school honor and prestige. Given this 3rd day of June 2023 at PSH's BRC, signed Engineer Pagorogon, Campus Director.
Ladies and gentlemen, our awardees and their achievements. Julian O. Abuna, Champion 2023 UP Alkemes Research Fair. Nina Joy and Makitanya, 2022 Youth Excellence in Science Award. 50-meter freestyle swimming, PSH System of Nayan 2019. And bronze medal, 4x50 meters swimming relay, PSH System of Nayan 2019.
Urvelia A. Asueta, 2022 Youth Excellence in Science Awardee. Gerard C. Aureliano, Youth Excellence in Science Awardee for 2020, 2021, and 2022, and Bronze Awardee in the 2023 International Kangaroo Mathematics Competition, Philippines. LMAC T. Avila, Gold Awardee in the 2022 Hong Kong International Science Olympiad Philippine Heat Round.
Sophia Bianca Therese F. Bagnes, Gold Award 2022 Hong Kong International Science Olympiad Philippine Heat Round.
Maria Zarina Dea B. Bellarmino, champion in the 2023 UP Alkemes Research Fair. Alea Istiana A. Belmonte, 2022 Youth Excellence in Science Awardee.
Maria Margarita U. Bobis, Silver Medal, Volleyball Tournament, PSHS System Ugnayan 2022. Renato F. Polo III, Champion, 2023 UP Alkemes Research Fair. John Xavier G. Bueno, 2022 Youth Excellence in Science Award.
Matthew Ray P. Bunyag, overall third place in Radio Broadcasting Filipino during the 2018 National Schools Press Conference. Nel John Emerson O. Cruzata, fifth best news presenter in radio production and overall third placer in Radio Broadcasting Filipino during the 2018 NSPC and overall champion in the Radio Broadcasting Filipino of the 2019 NSPC.
Gian Austin S. Hanen, 2022 Youth Excellence in Science Award. Merit Award 2022 World International Mathematical Olympiad Finals. Second prize in both the 2022 and 2023 Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area Mathematical Olympiad. Silver Award 2023 International Kangaroo Mathematics Competition Philippines. And third place 2023 PSH System Mathematics Olympiad.
James Henry P. Madrideo, best in technical application and overall champion in Radio Broadcasting Filipino during the 2019 NSPC. Jeremico M. Masapol, bronze awardee in the 2023 International Kangaroo Mathematics Competition, Philippines. Luis Miguel B. Mayor, credit in the 2022 International Chemistry Quiz and bronze awardee in the 2022 Hong Kong International Science Olympiad Philippine Heat Round.
Claire Excellence in Science awardee for 2020, 2021, and 2022. Gold Award in the 2022 Philippine International Mathematical Olympiad Final Round. Bronze Award 2023 International Kangaroo Mathematics Competition, Philippines. Third prize 2023 Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area Mathematical Olympiad Heat Round. And second prize in the final round of the same competition in 2023. And second prize in the final round of Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area 2023. Paul Norman G. Okshan, silver medal, chess tournament, PSH Assistant Ugnayan 2022. Cedric L. Rinion, credit 2022 International Chemistry Quiz and bronze medal 3-on-3 basketball tournament, PSH Assistant Ugnayan 2022.
Jose Carlos C. Salazar, Youth Excellence in Science awardee for 2020, 2021, and 2022. Silver awardee in the 2022 World International Mathematical Olympiad Finals. Gold awardee in the 2022 Philippine International Mathematical Olympiad Final Round. First prize in the 2023 Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area Mathematical Olympiad Heat Round. Second prize in the final round of the same competition. Third placer in the 2023 PSH System Mathematical Olympiad and Gold awardee in the 2023 International Kangaroo Mathematics Competition, Philippines.
Antea A. Sila, 2022 Youth Excellence in Science awardee. Karil Alessandra B. Son, Bronze Award, 2023 International Kangaroo Mathematics Competition, Philippines. Mark Arvin E. Trajano, Champion, UP Elevate 11, Student Journalism Workshop 2023. Juan Jaime Yu Yeh, Gold Award, 2022 Hong Kong International Science Olympiad, Philippine Heat Round.
Hats off to our scholars. May you all continue to become the living testaments of this institution's mission of advancing premier STEM education for the people. Today, PSHS-BRC also wishes to recognize the steadfast support that our Bisay parents have extended not only to their children, but to the entire Bisay community as well. We invite on stage Ma'am Joy Olazo and Sir Jay Basig, together with our guest speaker, Engineer Bernales, in presenting the Commendation Award for Parents.
PSH's BRC would like to award a plaque of appreciation to Mr. Hoover Espica for his exceptional dedication and outstanding service as president of the GPTA from 2019 to 2023. His leadership was a vital force that has strengthened the sense of community and collaboration among PSH's BRC students, parents, and teachers.
PSH's BRC also awards a plaque of appreciation to Ms. Chona A. Pintor in recognition and heartfelt gratitude for her unwavering dedication, generosity, service, and remarkable involvement that contributed to the success of the school's endeavors.
The school would like to award the same plaque of appreciation to Ms. Maria Paz L. Rosero.
PSH's BRC also awards the same plaque of appreciation to Ms. Imelda Yu Yem.
Congratulations, dearest parent awardees. At this juncture, we will have the imposition of batch medals to class 2023. For this rite, may we call in Ma'am Charibel M. Despi, Sir Mark Anthony B. Pelaez, and Sir Armin M. Apostol, the Grade 12 Academic Advisors. every PSI graduate is bestowed with a batch medal. It is symbolic of one's roles and responsibilities as an alum of Philippine Science High School. A warm round of applause to our class 2023 and their proud parents. Congratulations, batch.
In response to our guest speakers challenge to PSH's BRC graduating class of 2023, let us now listen to Maria Zarina Dea B. Belarmino, graduating with highest honors.
To our most distinguished guests, honorable speaker, respected PSH's faculty and staff, to the proud parents and the ever so ardent graduates, a warm morning to you all. Time can only be testament to the relentless spirit that rears inside each and every PSH scholar. Under this roof sits 87 distinct individuals who acquired scars yet shared laughs on the same ground. It is through this commemoration that we take pride in their sustained efforts, those to which we have been offered first row seats to witness, and even those labors performed in the shadows. Ever since the batch of 2023 first stepped afoot campus soil, PSH's BRC has been through a myriad of changes. In their own way, the graduating batch too has metamorphosed as a consequence of experience and reflection. Gone even just momentarily are the days of sweat-ridden walks to and from the gymnasium, the long lines at the canteen, and burning the candle at both ends. Moving forward, the batch continues to bear the torch of the PSH's core values of integrity, excellence, and service to the nation, operationalizing the love and dedication to their craft instilled by their alma mater. As they come close to obtaining graduate status, BRC's batch of 2023, equipped with drive and fortitude, earnestly embrace the challenges attached to the Philippine Science High School name and identity. The batch continues to go beyond their place in the region and strives for global competitiveness, endowed with the skills and talents polished under strain and passion. Following in the footsteps of those who came before them, the graduates aim to leave a mark with every venture, starting first and foremost today. It goes without question that the PSH student makes a home out of every place to which they set forth, and a playground of wit and practice in each pursuit. Yet what truly defines a PSH's graduate is not the ghost of their scholarly ways, rather the foundation on which the rest of their years is anchored, and the expansiveness of what they make it out to be. With this, the batch of 2023 dares not just to dream. The batch dares to do. For ambition is the fuel and action the flame. Following the mantra of unlocking the limitless, the soon-to-be graduates will be trailblazers of positive change and vanguards of the truth as they actualize ideas into solutions, plans into strategies, and purpose into play. The very virtue that sets innovators apart from the rest. As they go on to become the next generation of scientists and leaders, the batch swears off lip service and hollow promises so that they may truly touch people to whom they owe the gift of education. As conscious human beings, the graduating batch also chooses to remain disturbed, to reject comfort and convenience, for with the privilege we bear, The batch opposes the status quo. They resist docility and they firmly refuse the idea that this is the way the world works and there is nothing else that can be done about it. After all, to have been a part of the PSH's system and to have been made aware of the injustices faced by fellow countrymen is enough reason to remain agitated. For when one's eyes have been opened, he should not shut them again. The batch of 2023 thus embodies scientific and humanistic vitality, a manifestation of the glorious 6 years behind them, as they forgo the bounds that confine their potential by feeding their souls with a curiosity and compassion that propels reform and breakthrough. It is only by means of challenging and not just being challenged that they can fulfill their promise to the PSH's community, the Philippine society, and themselves to seek and attain excellence in all forms and in whatever ordeal the world feeds them. The batch of 2023 of Philippine Science High School reimagines and re-engineers a world of competence, goodwill, and equity, stepping into the uncertain with only their best foot forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Zarina, and thank you, Class 2023, for the utmost response to the roles and responsibilities set before you. To conclude the recognition program, let's have Ma'am Eileen O. Joaquin, our Assistant CID Chief for Student Affairs, for the closing remarks.
To the members of the Management Committee, distinguished faculty and staff, our esteemed guest speaker, Engineer Francis Bernales, to Sir Hoover Picar, proud parents, Batch Aliraway, ladies and gentlemen, a warm and gracious good morning to all. As we end this recognition ceremony for Batch 2023, I would like to take a moment to express my deep admiration and heartfelt appreciation for the remarkable achievements of our graduating scholars. Their unwavering commitment to excellence, integrity, and service has been inspiring. Congratulations, Batch 2023, for the extraordinary efforts and hard work you have invested to reach this significant milestone. Throughout your journey, we have witnessed your stories of triumphs and setbacks. And through it all, you have exhibited resilience and perseverance. We, the Pisay Bicol community, stand here today beaming with pride and joy as you embark on your next chapter. May your stride lead you to the fulfillment of your aspirations towards a brighter future. Yet let us not overlook the fact that the pursuit of a glorious thee will be filled with challenges. It is important to acknowledge that the road ahead may not always be smooth. There will be obstacles and setbacks to navigate. Nevertheless, rest assured that your school and the nurturing environment of your homes have equipped you with the necessary skills, knowledge, and character to overcome these hurdles. To the parents of the graduating class, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you as well. Your guidance and steadfast support have played an invaluable role in shaping the young minds we honor today. On behalf of the entire Management Committee, I'd like to express our deepest gratitude to the exceptional faculty and staff who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the success of this occasion. A special note of appreciation goes to our esteemed guest speaker, Engineer Bernales, a distinguished alumnus of Pisay Bicol. Your presence here today has not only inspired our scholars, but also serves as a testament to the boundless possibilities that await them. Lastly, I'd like to extend my gratitude to each and every one of you present here today. Your presence signifies your support and belief in the potential of Batch Aliraway. Once again, congratulations, Batch 2023, on this momentous achievement. May your future endeavors be filled with boundless success and fulfillment. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Maylene. Pisay community, friends and guests, let us keep the fire burning. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of the DOST hymn and the Pisay hymn.
Dumating ang bagong pag-asa ng ating bansang sinisinta. Ang DOST ay sumilang na lingkod ng bayan sa tuwina. Pagtuklas ng bagong kanunungan sa iba't ibang uring anak. Pagmitika sa ganan at kaunlaran ng ating lipunan. Ni bandila ang kanyang sagisag, kay tanda ng pagsisikap. Pagmulan nating pangarap ay biyayang malalasan. Mapugay tayo ng sabay-sabay, mabuhay, mabuhay ng DOST. Ang siyensya'y sandigan na maunlad na bayan, na layunin dakila at may pagkakapuri. Nagkaisa ng dalangin para sa inyong bayan. Mabuhay, mabuhay ang DOST. Ang siyensya'y sandigan na maunlad na bayan, na layunin dakila at may pagkakapuri. Nagkaisa ng dalangin para sa inyong bayan. Philippine Science High, thou stands above with thy thoughts and lift, and fill thy songs with wings, to lend us light in the sowing of our years. Oh, Philippine Science High, thy wisdom shall you. As we reach for our dreams, as we strive for our goals, as we search for incarnate truth. Philippine Science High, the PSH has seen us to grow and grow as we wander o'er the crescent troughs of the sea of life and flows. Oh, Philippine Science High, light our in our path to gold, in our fight for the right, in pursuit of the glorious sea.
We know you are all excited to celebrate with your families and loved ones. We just wanted to congratulate you, Class 2023, for an excellent job and wish you more of these festive moments.
Savor the glory of reaping the fruits of your hard work. Batch Aliraway, all the best in your next journey outside Pisay. This is now your Kuya Jetro
And Ate Jonah.
saying, Diyos mabalos asin Pisay mabuhay!